And first and foremost, just thank you to everyone for continuing to support me in the role as I transition into the director role and get my feet underneath me and get more comfortable. As Becca had mentioned, I came to Happy Valley about 3 years ago, and I always had hopes of becoming a director one day, and so I was very surprised and excited and anxious to have this opportunity over the last 7 months to really get familiar with the role just in general. I have a lot of great ideas that I want to share in the future and look forward to that and just continuing to do and build upon the successes that Parks and Recreation has already had and all that we do for the community, and want to continue to have positive partnerships and work collaboratively with our community members and the organizations within COG to continue on and push forward. So thanks again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christy. Okay, we have 2 recognitions because for 2 of our General Forum members, this is their last official meeting. And I want to recognize Ms. Carla Stilson of College Township. And I guess, is this my job to present this?
It is. It's your honor.
It is my job. Okay, this is a good part of my job. I get to do this.
Thank you. And you give me a hug. Yep, that's the role.
Okay. And you want to say anything about? Go ahead.
And just a couple words. I just want to say that I love the Council of Governments. I love what it represents: efficiency, community, and cooperation. So bear with me as I want to share just a couple things I've learned from my years serving on the General Forum. Not as many as some of you, but a couple more than some of you as well. Number 1, the people who work here are good at what they do. I have learned so much from them, and I'm grateful that they have chosen careers that make my community better. Number 2, it's not often talked about, and maybe it requires a little bit of research, hint, hint, Penn State. But I believe that the COG makes our region more equitable. It provides an avenue for distribution of quality services across various and diverse populations, from the active adult center and pools, the library, emergency services, and even code managing our rental properties. And number 3, the COG offers the Center region more than just shared services. It's provided a great way to keep open dialogue with Penn State and the school district, and we share ideas, we share concerns, we work together on the harder, more sticky aspects of local government, and that's really valuable. So pat yourselves on the back, whether you've been here 6 months or 26 years. Cooperative government is hard. It takes an open mind, open eyes, and open ears. The open mind is patience, the open eyes is diligence, and the open ears is a willingness and a determination to hear your neighbors. I hope that you keep investing in this awesome thing that we all inherited. I encourage you to do your part to leave the COG better than we found it for future generations to come. It's been an honor to serve, and I will miss you.
The other person for who is also leaving, but is apparently not here this evening, either in the room or online, is Ms. Laura Denny. And we also have something for her when we can get it to her. And we thank her for her years of service to the COG and next, new agenda items. Members may request new items of business be added to this meeting's agenda. Does anyone have a new agenda item they wish to add to the agenda? Seeing none, we move on to the consent agenda. There are 2 items on there. There is the approval of minutes And there is the Iron Mountain Records Retention 5-year agreement. Does anyone wish to have either of these items removed from the agenda for discussion? Do I hear a motion to adopt them?
Yes, sir.
Do I second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next, we have a proclamation proclaiming July as Parks and Recreation Month and July 21st, 2023 as Parks and Recreation Professionals Day. And given our large role in parks, this is a really important proclamation. We will not inflict a reading of it on you, but we will project it up there on the screen, as you can see here. And basically, this says that parks are good for our communities, good for our health, good for spending time in nature, and access to things like hiking and swimming and other things that people like to do. Do I hear a motion to adopt this resolution?
I move that the general forum, as recommended by the COG Executive Committee, approve proclamation 2023-2, proclaiming July as Parks and Recreation Month and recognizing Park and Recreation Professionals Day on Friday, July 21st in the Center Region.
Do I hear a second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. Parks and Recreation Governance Special Committee Facilitator Budget Authorization. There will be a presentation by Mr. Frank, the Chair of the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, I think I wear two hats in this one, as also the Chair of the Parks Governance Committee. Staff has provided a nice summary on that, on what we're looking to accomplish. A reminder to the general forum what the committee was tasked with to accomplish, and that is the best mission and/or purpose for the authority for the future, the best governance structure to achieve that mission purpose, the best governing documents to achieve that mission purpose, additional supporting tasks assigned by the executive committee. Hi, Mom. The associated COG committee structure relationship to supplement the work of the authority so that CRPR can provide cost-effective, consistent, and high-quality parks and recreation services to have a positive impact on the quality of life of those living, working, and playing in the Center Region. Towards that, when the committee was first formed, it was envisioned that it would be a facilitated process. We went through the first year getting ourselves educated and grounded, and got to a point where we felt we would be best served moving forward with a facilitated process. As such, we've found a very capable individual to lead us through that, and we just need the money that was taken out of the COG budget last year to accomplish it. So with that, Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that the general forum, as recommended by the Parks, Recreation, Governance Special Committee, Finance Committee, and Executive Committee, authorize the use of contingency funds in the amount of $5,000 to retain a facilitator for the Parks and Recreation Governance Special Committee during 2023.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Questions, discussion? This has been a simple evening. And at least one person got knocked off because of the storm. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, now, that was really, we've already, beyond the things we have to vote on. We have the university report from Ms. Sharima Young. Sharima, please.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I have two updates and some remarks. So as you know, we are continuing to work on the state budget and appropriation, so we are hopeful, but it may extend a little bit further than the 30th. We're seeing what happens there, but also we're preparing for our own board meeting next month, in which we'll have a different budget cycle proposed. So we will have a two-year budget cycle that will be proposed to the trustees for 2023-24 and 2024-25. So that is our first time doing this. However, we're still going through the budget allocation model. I think that we've been able to have some great savings and still working towards decreasing tuition, if not making it flat. So just wanted to give some updates about that, but you can look for that to be in the next update for the trustee meeting next month. So the remarks I had to make tonight, or this evening, is that I wanted to inform you of my departure from Penn State as of July 14th, or effective July 14th.
Thank you, Father.
Yes. I have been with the university for 6 years, and for all of those years, I have served as Penn State's representative to the COG General Forum. Throughout those years, I've had the opportunity to observe the governmental process through different lenses than most residents have. I've been able to observe what it takes to wrestle your way to a consensus, to reach the common goal, what it takes to put aside differences for the greater good, the importance of standing up for what you believe, no matter how small or large the issue, and ensuring that the public's voice is heard whether you agree or disagree. Overall, I've witnessed democracy at play in an effort to create policies that help shape our community. It is my hope that the democratic process will continue with civility, respect, and a way for all voices to be heard and for a diverse array of people who have a seat at the table. When I first came to the COG, that was a couple years ago, I was the only person of color seated at the table of 32 elected officials from 6 municipalities. It was a lonely feeling, and I often struggled with the fact that people who looked like me were not at the table or in the audience. We have come a long way. And I'm happy to say that we've had several appointed and elected officials of color serve on the COG General Forum for the last couple of years. And I wanted to thank the following officials for being bold enough to step out of your comfort zone to serve. And that is Pamela Robb, Prasenjit Mitra, Sutan Magruder, Gopal Balachandran, Divine Lipscomb, Tiara Williams, Nalini Krishnakutty, and a few others to add, such as Don Hahn and Carlene Crevecourt. I've gotten to know numerous elected officials and staff during this journey, and I wanted to thank all of you for your willingness to work with me and be partners and collaborators with the university. Whether you encouraged me or challenged me, it was all for my good and the betterment of the university. Lastly, I wanted to say a special thank you to the elected officials and staff who no longer serve on the General Forum, but made an impact on my journey here. Elizabeth Gorham, Jessica Buckland, Anita Theus, Teresa Lafer, Steve Miller, Peter Buck, Kathy Dollar, Dave Wise, Danelle Del Corso, Bob Strauss, Prasenjit Mitra, Tiara Williams, Rita Grave, Sarah Carlson, Jim Steff, Kathy Alloway, Dave Probolka, Denise Gambuzia, and Doug Erickson. Thank you to everyone for making my journey something I will never forget, and all the best to you and the Center Region moving forward. Thank you.
I wanted to say something about that, and now I have this to give you. And, you know, this is this is the best part of my job, is I can give this stuff away here.
Oh, thank you.
Giving other people's stuff away is the best kind of job to have, you know?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Mr. Chair, can I speak?
Yes, please do.
Serena, so you know, that's Patton. This is Patton also, and from everyone here. It's been an honor to know this young lady, and I say young lady, being an elder. Because of Sharima, people of color are sitting on boards, authorities, commissions, not only people of color, but women. I am so hurt that Carla's leaving. I just found out, so please forgive me. I mean, we're losing women that make a difference, and you have been one. And I really am going to miss you. Sharima has been a rock in all our communities, not just Patton, not just the center region, but across Pennsylvania, whether you know it or not. She has been classy. She has been a complete person of God. And if you don't know her, I am so sorry. You didn't have the opportunity to know what kind of a woman she is. She has carried herself with such grace and representing all of us across the region. We're going to miss her. She is a trailblazer for people of color and women. She has made a difference in all of our lives that are on Zoom as well. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And it's touching me because as an elder, to see a young person making such a commitment and an effort to make a difference in all our lives. I wish her and our board, Patton Township, and I know this board at the General Forum, wish you the very best in your life.
Thank you.
As you move forward and make a difference wherever you're going. But as most of you know, I've been telling Sarima every time she's saying she's going to leave, I add a year. Well, I think the Creator said enough was enough, and she has to move on. So without further ado, I just wish you the very best from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've had the privilege to serve with Sharima in a couple of other contexts other than this, and they've been very rewarding. And but Pam said it far better than I ever could, and you will be very deeply missed here. But I wish you the best of luck in the new role that you have, and the new future that you have in Washington, D.C. I thought I saw a hand up, but. I just want to say, though, thank you very much for your service. Now, I guess, moving on, this is, I guess, a day of departures. State College Area School District report. Is there anyone available to give that report? Seeing none. Whitehall Road Regional Park Project Coordination Team report. Mr. Frank.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sharima, thank you. Bottom line up front, work on the project has passed the 80% complete mark and continues to move in a positive direction towards substantial completion within current funding. Since the last general forum, the park has seen progress on almost all fronts, especially some high-profile ones such as permanent electric to the park, installation of the maintenance pole building, the water service hotbox, and the all-ability playground structures. Building off that work, the electrical and lighting contractors will be working with Ferguson Township to verify compliance with the land development plan. The concrete floor will be poured and the rough electrical will be installed in the maintenance building. A plan for screening of the hotbox is being developed, and preparation has begun for the safety surface that surrounds the playground structures. One ongoing moving challenge has been the final connection of the site sewer, as what was installed in the field is verified and approved for acceptance by UAJA. That is finally anticipated for next week. I'm pleased to report there's been no new activity at either of the two small sinkholes since they were repaired, even with the recent rains. Knock on wood. The recent drought conditions prior, however, have been a tremendous challenge for the landscaping contractor, but their perseverance has been admirable. As a result, the majority of smaller plantings have been pushed to the early fall for survivability. In true working yourself out the door project management, pavement of the driveway has been pushed back to tentatively the week of August 7th to allow the various other work to complete. In the MOR with tonight's agenda, due to a slight miscommunication, the 5/12/23 project summary, Table 1 and Table 4 were included. The newest version dated June 9th was seen by the authority at their June 15th meeting, and as we did last month, we will forward those with the general forum follow-up memo. On a good note, little change other than the march towards completion and paying the bills thereof should be seen. However, one correction to note, in section 14 of the authorities, boards and commission reports, item K for the authority indicates the authority approved a change order for removal of line painting in the aggregate areas of the parking lot. That is not correct. The authority tabled said item pending review of compliance with Ferguson Township regulations. Further, it has since been confirmed with Ferguson that since the land development plan shows striping, removal thereof is not an option. As such, the item will be untabled at the next authority meeting and the change order retracted. Pending any questions, Mr. Chair?
Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Frank?
I guess, would you please highlight the percentage of the job costs left in our budget and the percentage of the contingency?
Sure. Oh, there. Is that the June 9th? Yeah, great.
I would say that speaks favorably to finishing this on target.
I
Fingers
won't
crossed.
say it out loud, but yes.
But there is no reason at this point to believe that we will not do so.
Yes, at the present time, pending some very unfortunate surprises, we should be able to accomplish what we started.
Just a small announcement. If some of you saw the emergency vehicles going by, they just got a fire alarm signal. So far, nothing to report.
Gosh, I'm blaming this one on Sharima.
Well, you know,
Pending any questions.
are you looking forward to a fire drill or something? Okay. Sorry, please continue.
No, unless there's any other questions, Mr. Chair, I think I've taken enough time.
Any other questions for Mr. Frank? Okay, Executive Director report. Becca?
Yeah, Mr. Nordenberg didn't leave me with any particular items of note beyond the June activity report that was included in your packets. If there are any questions about anything, I think we have some agency directors in attendance tonight that can maybe help answer some of those.
Any questions? Okay. Are there any agency director reports?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh, okay. Now, authority boards and commission reports. Let's see, did Mr. Cervello get back online? Doesn't look like it. Okay, essentially, the executive committee held a meeting on June 21st. We forwarded the COG program plan to the municipalities and the COG classification and compensation study results to the finance committee and the general forum for review in July. And the rest of, and there was a discussion of Millbrook Marsh at the request of Ferguson Township. And that's all there is to, everything else is in the report. Finance Committee, Mr. Trevino.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The summary of the joint meeting of the Finance Committee and the Facilities Committee is included in your agenda, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Trevino? Human Resources, Mr. Best?
Mr. Chair, nothing to add to what is written. I will field any questions.
Questions for Mr. Best? Parks Capital did not meet. Public Safety, Ms. Robb.
Yes, the only thing that I have that was submitted, our fire director on May 15th at 9 a.m., the Office of Emergency Management did a test throughout the Center County. It's called Code Red Emergency Alarming System. We hoped everyone received it, and if you did not, please let our fire director, Sean Kaufman, know. He's also asked us to inform our committee in the general forum that the Code Red is on the COG website. You go to the emergency management page and you can pull that up. He asks that you put it on your phones. It's also an application on your phone if you go to the application store and type in Code Red. He's asked that you put that on your phone if you can't get it from COG. They're going to be doing more tests, so we will be alert on any Code Red information that's coming out. And thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Robb. Facilities Committee was joint with the Finance Committee. Ms. Hartle, do you have anything to add to what's there?
I do not, unless there are any questions. What was covered in finance is sufficient.
Okay. Land use and community infrastructure, Mr. Haymeister.
The agenda adequately covers what we discussed at the meeting.
Climate action and sustainability, is Ms. Whitman here?
No, I can
No.
report.
Go ahead.
It's covered in the packet, though I will update about a third of the way through the description. It says additionally, the committee reviewed the input. We actually deferred discussion for July of the input received from the committee's exercise of reviewing the 82 actions in the climate action and adaptation plan.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Stilson.
Thank you.
Let's see. Parks and Rec Governance Committee did not meet. See, the Schlo Library Board did not meet. Center Region Parks and Rec Authority is, I guess, is Kathy Madison here? She's not here, okay. Emergency Management Council is Ms. Farkas here? Amy? Is there anything to add to what is in the agenda?
There's nothing to add to what's on the agenda.
Okay. All right. Are there any matters of record that stick out that we should pay any attention to, Becca?
All of them.
All of them, every one of them. All down to like AA and BB and so forth. Wow, okay.
No, there is nothing for me to add. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you all, and it is 7:37.
That was good.